Well, if you had a good time last week learning about the post-mortem annuity, you're going to have an equally exciting time this week as we continue the conversation with your post-mortem annuity. Hey there, welcome back to this channel. Annuities are complicated products, and there is a lot of hate around them out in the World Wide Web. And so if you're holding one today, the biggest thing I need you to know is there's no shame with holding an annuity. You just need to figure out what you're going to do with it and what's going to happen with it when you pass away. And so that's what we're going to get into today. But before we get into that, have you subscribed to this channel, because this is the Happiness IRA hosted by your very own Liz Hand, and we would love to have you along. So click that subscribe button, and that bell icon will help you know exactly when my next video drops. Annuities are complicated and they really vary by contract to contract. So you need to read your specific annuities contract. You can't take my words today as verbatim exactly what you are allowed to do. You have to read your contract, or if you don't want to read that document or you can't find that document, call the insurance company. They can tell you everything that you need to know. However, here are the basics that you need to know about that post-mortem annuity. This is a policy that has not been annuitized. It has a cash value, you get statements in the mail, etc., etc. And so what happens with this annuity? One of the easiest things to talk about is the spouse inheriting your annuity. So if your spouse inherits your annuity, they're going to be likely to continue it on exactly as it is, using the spousal continuation option. So that means there's no big decisions they have to make. They just sign that says, I want to take it on as my own, I'm going to designate my own beneficiaries, and then they can continue using the policy exactly as you have. Of course, there will be a point in time where they have to make further decisions, but especially after a passing, people like to know that things can just carry on. There are no big decisions that have to be made. Now, of course, that spouse could lump sum cash it out or set up a payment stream, of course, but they have options. So for the spouse, kind of easy peasy, if you can say that with an annuity. If there's a non-spouse inheriting your annuity, let's say it's your kids or a friend or a niece or a nephew, they're gonna have less options with this annuity because the insurance company is ready to close out the policy. Now, there are three main options that I often see, and with those options, of course, there's going to be some variety in from contract to contract what is allowed. But the first is that they can lump sum cash out the policy. Most people like the idea of this one because everybody loves cash in their hand. And as soon as we can get our hands on cash, well, then we can make other decisions with the money. The issue with that is that there will be some taxation, likely, depending on how much in gains is it within the annuity that needs to be dispersed. The more the gains, the more the taxes. Thank you, Uncle Sam. That non-spouse taking the lump sum is going to want to consult a CPA to make sure that it makes sense for their taxable situation. The second option is that that non-spouse beneficiary can take it within 5 years. So it's a kind of a flexible withdrawal plan, but the policy does have to be closed out within 5 years. So if I want to take a lot this year, not very much next year, a lot the third year, you can do that. Just make sure that it's zeroed out by that 5th year. What I like about this option is that you can really implement some of those tax saving strategies so that you're not taking all of the tax hit in 1 year by taking that lump sum. The third option that I often see is that a non-spouse beneficiary can take it over a lifetime. So they can set up an income stream, kind of similar to the required minimum distributions, where they're slowly cashing out the policy over their life. That way the taxes are really spread out. This can make sense maybe for a younger beneficiary, but again, consult that CPA. All right, friends, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Annuities are complicated enough when you're purchasing them, and they continue their complication at your passing. However, just know that as long as your beneficiary is teaming up with a good sidekick, whether that's the CPA, an attorney, or a financial advisor that knows their stuff about annuities, they're going to be A-okay. Maybe you are consuming this video because you have actually received an inheritance from a relative and you're trying to figure out what the heck are you supposed to do? Well, that's where I come in. If you need a thoughtful sidekick to help you navigate what to do with this lump sum of money that you have received, or maybe it's just pockets of money that you're trying to figure out, I am happy to be that resource for you. How you get in touch with me is to go to my website, www.pleasantwealth.com, and click Set a Meeting. When you do that, you can click my name, tell me which days are best for you. It's just to start a conversation to see if we are a good fit for each other, if I can help you with what you're trying to get accomplished. So with all of that good annuity information, I will leave you, and you take care.